me see if I can finish Sigmar's garden. Or do I want to take a peek at the next puzzle? I want to get off soonish. Let's just peek. Let me know how you'd like the jewel of your tiara to look. Taras Kolvan isn't one for subtlety. He needs to be dazzled by everything he sees. If my sword indicates nobility, the jewel should imply obscene wealth. But it would be a shame to make some overwrought bauble just for his benefit. Why not have something you truly want to wear? Maybe. I don't want to tempt myself to imagine this is anything but a plot with a specific aim, a specific target. But perhaps Taras's interest will grow all the more if you present yourself in a way that suits you. Oh, that's a frightening proposition. I don't know how I feel about this whole Clara Soria chapter. I feel like the other chapters were more compelling. Maybe I missed a key detail when I was tired one day, but it just seems... I don't know. I guess it's fun to get ready for the ceremony this way. Oh, jeez. Gold. We have the gold. Okay. That, whenever I see gold, I think of all of the, I think of this. This should be fine, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do it another day. So curious. Wow. That's just so much green. My first thought is to throw the gold. How long is this? 3? So it can stay out of the way while something spins. That's what I'm trying at here. So this is where we're gonna spin stuff. Here. Yeah. So it does have this sort of a structure to it. It would get... It's here. We only have 2 of these? Cheap. Tisk tisk. I'm thinking about doing something similar, but maybe with piston arms. I think being here wouldn't get in the way of this crazy thing spinning. No, it wouldn't. Once this is on board, you want it clockwise, counterclockwise. This shows that what I'm really using here is this, because that gets these outer ones, but we also need to get the ones in between, like here as well. That means before one is done, before we start all over again, it actually needs to twist it twice. That's totally sealed off. At the same time, we can make these like extra triangle-y star bits. One is here. The next one has to go across, which is here. Right? This is the left side of the arm. This is the right side. The right side could come down later on in the process, I think. Because it'll be moved up, and I think it would go here. This is gonna have to spin a couple more times, I think. Because this is the end point. And we want an arm. When will it start? Has to be before this. So let's just say it picks up here, goes to the, whoops. Yeah, left. And comes back. There's nothing else for it to bond to. I would want it to bond here, which is the right shape. Which makes me think that maybe it should be this way. No, it needs to stick out more because it does the same thing. So here. Yes, this is what we want. And it misses. This is good. Where do I put the salt? Right there. And now we just need to get it on to the thing a couple of times. So maybe skip this one. Would that be the right spacing? We're not going to go for the full spin yet. This is the finish of this one. Is this the soonest that we can throw these on? So this only gets 3 points on the star. This is where we want some of this stuff to wait a little bit. when it's done throwing this on, it can just keep rotating, right? I don't think it needs to be as spread out anymore because 2 is done. Yeah, 3 can start swinging right away. We need 1 more repeat. And then we might need a couple of spins. Just to get everything joined up together and through the salt though that way we want it to be. Okay, during that last bit, once 2 is done doing its thing, it's sitting here. Is there a way to move from here out without hitting a gripper? How is 2 going to do it? I think if 2 retracts 1 to the right, it can get ready. This is it resetting itself here. So once the last spin is done, it can pick up the salt. That'll hopefully be really close to it. Hopefully be right here. Or else I could just move it 1 more and swing it out. Once, maybe twice. It's finishing its deal. Last spin. It actually needs 1 more to get one of the last bonds. I missed that. We'll test the second one out, even if it's wrong. Just to check the placement. That's everything, right? Oops. I totally forgot that 1 has to go back. It does need 2, but I think that's it. And release. Let's see if I did it. Woo. Cool. I think that was pretty satisfying. So just wanted to look at another solution. Oh, that's really cool. They built the rings separately so that they could be building 2 rings at the same time, which would definitely help with their cycle. Yeah, this game really rewards just doing your own thing. I feel like it, yeah, both of them are totally viable solutions, and they both just are super satisfying. If it were up to me, I would dispense entirely with this vain and empty grandeur. Oh wow, she has a crown on her head. It looks way better in real life than in on the alchemy sheet. That's a bit rash, don't you think? These rituals do hold important meanings. Perhaps they did once, but they've gotten lost over time. All the more reason to preserve it before it's lost forever. But it's all posturing, empty symbols. How many of us carry swords and can't even use them? Well, at least the jewel looks lovely on you. Thank you, Concordia. Maybe one day I'll be able to wear it purely for myself. Golden thread. Just supply me with a thread. I'll take care of the rest of it. You're sure? From thread to complete dress? I still know all the suppliers of the Vantassan raiment. Raiment? They'll know what to do. This is amounting to quite the production. It's a shame the Vantassans won't gain the benefit of this work. A ball gown made from pure gold certainly would have fit well with their sense of style. Ah, Frederick, how I wish you could be there to see it. A repeating one. So, I haven't been online for a little bit. I think a week since I've played this game. It's been a bit. So I might take a second to get back into the swing of things. But I do want to keep playing this game to the end. That's at least the thought for now. Yeah, I think I just needed a little bit of a break, but hopefully it means that all the lessons have sunk in. Alright. Cool. Looks like we're making a nice ring and throwing it on. I'm happy that I'm not in the middle of something that I couldn't figure out before. That this is something nice and new. I think it makes it slightly easier. Hopefully this is a good starter one as well. I want to make this kind of shape first, and then we'll add on the rest. Yeah. I want them to be equally accessible by 2 arms, because I think that's how we'll do the 2 halves. Because both sides, only one side needs the gold. Start with 1. And at the same time, we'll have this guy going. And that will be our bottom bit. Instead of going back, one can rotate for us. I think that's a good idea. 2 can be really nice and quick. If this gets rotated twice and this repeats itself, and I think we're good. After the second one is put on, this can grip it and maybe rotate it once. Throw it on a nice track. Pick it up. Go up once. And rotate it down. Oh yeah, I was thinking about moving the salt here so that 1 and 2 could potentially add stuff onto this on the other side. That was, I think, the original intent. But I'm thinking that maybe this salt should be on this side and go the other direction. Yeah, that's much better. Maybe a track is the best answer. Because I want something to come up here and one down here, and then this needs to be moved at least once to get that kind of going. So maybe after the last one is put on, we can rotate the molecule just once. We need something to move it 1 over, and I think that's kind of what I was getting at with this, is orientating it just differently enough that it would be easy to like pull this up. But if instead you just have a gripper and at the same time we can have a track for both spots. That's kind of ridiculous. Maybe we could have this whole idea, but just generally closer to maybe we can rotate it once just to make it slightly easier to like hook on the last bits. I think that'll be a little easier, yeah. Grab 2 of those. Is it possible for this 2 to actually fit here? But if the 2 is here, maybe it would be able to kind of move it once it's done. A lot of this is just figuring out the, this releases it. And just swing it over. It's done. Swing, swing. Wonder if that's the same spot as it was before. It was. But I don't think it needs to go so far over. The problem with that is that it doesn't get it in a convenient spot for the salt sort of being accessed. That's the thought, at least. It's not in a super great line for this one to get what it needs, basically. It needs to be able to be here to get what it needs and travel once. Three can pick it up whenever. And go 1 to the right and then 1 towards T. Once it gets there, this needs to be released. It'll be up here, I believe. Swing down twice, pick it up, and swing back. Release it. Might want to get another gripper in there, but let's just see if this idea works out. So 3 almost made it. I think that this last bit of it moving can be done by 3 first. This can be done forever ago. It'll reset itself. As long as it's not picking it up at the same time as this thing. This almost gets at the right time. Okay, almost. Shift it once. Twice. That's good. Where does 2 end? 2 ends here. If it were to wait, would it be able to swing it back up? Let's play it and see. So instead of releasing it, it just goes back once. It might have to go back twice. Let's find out again. That is perfect, actually. Oh no, that's the working space. That is not perfect. Let's try one more time. And then up here, we'll also need it to go through a couple of bonding areas just to get them down, right? So we'll have a single one for This will reset itself as well. That'll reset itself. Here. 4 is going to grab it and bring it along for the ride. So it gets it out of the way. Let's make sure the gripper doesn't get hit while it does this. So when it starts it again, it's super out of the way. Let's try it with just 2 and see if that's enough. I was right the first time. We need 4. So while it's going through this, we want to make sure that it gets linked up when the next one comes in, right? So we want it to be, so I think it'll go one more than this. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. It gets caught. So that does make more sense for this to be a little further up, and then this one here. Let's try again. Nice. Pretty average, but quick. I was actually a little worried that after not playing for a little bit, it would be tough to get back, but all the muscle memory for most of the keys are there. See the thread here? As thin and smooth as silk. And you plan to make the entire dress out of this? Quite the bold, sartorial statement. That's the plan, to have everyone's eyes on you. A nerve-wracking thought. At the same time, I'm practically bursting with anticipation for it. A strange admixture of emotions, I must admit. You're stronger than you know, Clara. You'll do wonderfully, I'm sure of it. Concordia, thank you. Nils, is that you? Sorry to interrupt your alchemical intrigues, but I came back to let you know that House Colvan is setting up patrols through the border zones. They may have realized there were some escapes. Took them long enough. Thank you for the warning. I have a few more things to do, but we should be out of here just as soon as I'm finished. Don't hesitate. They're clearly looking for someone. Claire, this is Nils. You should say he's a bit of an unsavory character. No, I know. Wait, you know Nils? I know him. I employ him. On a part-time basis. Ha! I always wondered how it was that you found us so easily. I'm almost offended you didn't realize it sooner. Your machinations are at a level far beyond ours, I'm afraid. And here I thought I had found the only trustworthy thief in the city. Lady Soria, I advise returning home now before there's any chance of being seen here. That's likely for the best, I agree. There's still the matter of the lipstick. Only you've made it. Nils can bring it to me on the night of the ball itself. Very well. One more thing, Clara. There will be chaos. I know, and I don't fear it. Chapter 5. Ooh, we finally see how all of it kind of fits together. Wow. Yeah, this was, I think, chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who knew this is gonna be, that they actually would show us a zoomed out version. Cool. Chapter 5, Opposing Plots. You are invited to the Fortunatus Ball, the Celestial Ballroom, the Grand Observatory of House Soria. The guests of honor are Taras Colvan, Lania Preseno Juvenal, and presenting Claire Soria. We have a nice music orchestra and ensemble going, as well as entertainment from the Right Baron players. The Great Hall, the House Van Tassen. Varen, it's my understanding that alchemists must pass a difficult course of study at the Imperial University, and therefore only a very small number graduate. That is correct. And therefore alchemists tend to keep track of each other, even as they spread across the city. Oftentimes. It follows, then, would it not, that the alchemist of a house like House Kovan would be aware of that of another house, like House Van Tassen, and a new alchemist? I see where this is going, and I want to say, and yet I'm surprised to say that my alchemist somehow neglected to keep this in mind and did nothing to detain or incapacitate him during this time. How strange, don't you think? I've explained this. We've made our best attempt, but he slipped away somehow. If you notified me sooner that shipment of ore was missing. I only hear excuses from you. Please, young Taros, must I remind you that your father and my father should have gotten rid of you a long time ago. You're not fit to mention his name. You fancy yourself a strategist, but your counsel is worth even less than your alchemy. Oh, you're making a mistake. I said leave. Oh, what a brat.